Good morning, XOP, and a blessed day to all of you. Today, let us talk about doors. Doors, yes. The God who opens doors is also the God who closes doors. Or better, let's do it the other way around. The God who closes doors is also the God who opens doors. Have you had this kind of moment in your life where you felt like doors have been closed in your life? It's as if that the doors of opportunity is already shut down and you have nowhere else to go, no nowhere else to really say or think that chances or these opportunities will not come back to you anymore. It's already too late. It's already so late for you to even see and perceive that things will go according to your desire. But we have a God who opens doors. And he who opens the doors is also the one who has the authority to close them. It's not the enemy. It's not the enemy who has the power to shut down the doors in your life. It's not the enemy who will give you the outcome, the end result, but it is only God who has the final outcome and who has the final say in everything that He does in your life. Now, let me take you to a passage in the Bible in Isaiah 66, verse 9. It states there that, "Do I bring to the moment of birth and not give delivery? Says the Lord. Do I close up the womb when I bring to delivery? Says your God." In other translations, it says, "In the same way, I will not cause pain without allowing something new to be born." Let me repeat it. In the same way, I will not cause pain without allowing something new to be born, says the Lord. If I cause you the pain, I will not stop you from giving birth to your new nation. There is no pain without something new, says the Lord. When God causes pain, He brings forth something new in our life, and that He will not stop giving us something new, giving fruit, giving results, giving outcome to us. If pain comes in our life, that means breakthrough will happen. Breakthrough will manifest in our lives. Now, it states that he who causes pain also causes delivery. Remember the story of Hannah, where she stated that God closes her womb. But God is a God who is faithful. That's why when He promised that He will bring forth this promise that Hannah was asking of God, He really did at the end of the story. That Samuel was born and he was given to God by Hannah. And these are the 3 points that we should take note when it comes to understanding this uh, thing that God is doing in our life, understanding His faithfulness. And it's in the passage in Psalms 37. Let's go to Psalms 37. Let's start in verse 3. It states there, I know you know this passage. Um, in verse 3, it says, "Trust in the Lord and do good. So shalt thou dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed." In other translations, it says, "Trust in the Lord and do good. Dwell in the land and befriend faithfulness." So, one thing to note is that we should trust God's faithfulness. Isaiah 66:9, it highlights God's commitment to bring forth fruition, to bring forth breakthrough. Trust God that He is faithful to answer. and He is faithful to fulfill His promise, even if the promise may not be evident or immediate. So, our first point is to trust in the Lord. Our second point is perseverance in prayer. Perseverance makes us, or allow us rather, to wait upon the Lord, to wait upon the answer. And our secret into waiting with peace upon the Lord is by delighting and committing ourselves, just exposing ourselves in the presence of God. So in verse 4, it says, delight yourself also in the Lord, and He shall give you the desires of your heart. That's a very popular verse that when we delight ourselves, we just remain in the presence of God. And it's not just about remaining, it's about verse 5, committing our way to the Lord, trusting in Him, and He will act. Trust Him, and He will help us. Perseverance in prayer, that just as God does not abandon the promise of bringing birth or bringing breakthrough, we are encouraged to persevere in our prayers towards God. Our consistent and persistent prayer demonstrate a deep reliance on God's timing and sovereignty. When we have this deep reliance in His ways, in His um, way of doing things, in His timing and sovereignty, then that's how we can persevere in our prayer. And lastly, in verse 6, Psalms 37, verse 6, we are to be confident in God's plans. When we say confident in God's plans, whether it's good or bad, we are confident that God is bringing us to the promise that He has promised us, that His plans are always good for the good of us who loves Him and are called according to His purpose. We are not to be discouraged because we are facing a lot of trials and a lot of afflictions, but we are supposed to be confident in the plans that He is bringing forth. Because when we have this confidence, we should be rooted. When we say rooted, we are deeply rooted. Our feet is planted on the ground. Have you seen a tree that ran from storms? Have you seen a tree that when rainfalls came and that floods were present, have you seen a tree that really avoided the rain, hid somewhere, and run for its life? No, right? It's deeply planted on the ground. Whether a storm will come, whether a storm will not come, the tree will stay intact. It will stay in place and it will not run. It is deeply rooted and confident that it will remain. And when we are confident in God's plans, we are assured that God will not initiate a promise without ensuring its completion. He who started a good work will carry it into a completion, right? So God, who started a good thing in us, will make sure that He will complete the promise that He has put in our lives. So this is the kind of confidence that we should be assured that God's purpose will prevail and His will shall be accomplished through our prayer. So that is my 3 points. Trusting in God's faithfulness, we are to persevere in prayer, and we are to be confident in God's plan. So, in closing, the God who closes doors is the God who opens doors. I hope you are blessed. God bless you all.